Welcome to a deep dive into the car that changed the course of Japanese automotive history, the first-generation Toyota Crown. Launched in January 1955, the Crown was not just a vehicle, it was a statement of national pride and engineering ambition. At a time when Japanese manufacturers were largely building European cars under license, Toyota took a bold step by developing a fully original passenger car from the ground up. This machine, identified by the RS, S10, and S30 chassis codes, laid the foundation for Toyota's global reputation for reliability and luxury. Over the next 12 minutes, we will explore the meticulous engineering, the distinct styling cues like the famous suicide doors, and the mechanical evolution that allowed the Crown to transition from a domestic taxi favorite to an international contender. Join us as we go back to 1955 to witness the dawn of the RS series. To understand the Crown, we must understand the environment of post-war Japan. The roads were rugged, often unpaved, and the demand for a durable vehicle was paramount. Chief Engineer Kenya Nakamura was tasked with a monumental challenge: create a car that offered the comfort of a passenger vehicle with the toughness required for Japan's harsh infrastructure. Unlike its competitors, the Crown was designed for the Japanese people by Japanese engineers. Nakamura pioneered the use of a double wishbone independent front suspension, a rarity for the era, which provided a smooth ride over broken pavement. This commitment to domestic engineering meant that every component, from the frame to the drivetrain, was optimized for local conditions, setting the stage for what would become one of the longest-running nameplates in automotive history. The initial RS model, sold under the Toyopet brand name, was a marvel of mid-50s design. Powering this 2,600-pound sedan was the 1.5-liter Type R engine. This overhead valve four-cylinder unit initially produced a modest 48 horsepower, which was sufficient for the traffic conditions of the time. The most striking visual feature of the RS was undoubtedly its rear-hinged rear doors, commonly known as suicide doors. This design choice wasn't just for aesthetics. It allowed for exceptionally easy ingress and egress, a feature highly prized by the taxi industry, which was the Crown's primary market in its early years. The RS also featured a distinct split windshield and a heavy emphasis on chrome, mimicking the American styling trends of the mid-century, while maintaining a compact Japanese footprint. Beneath the elegant bodywork of the early Crown lay the S10 chassis, a masterpiece of structural rigidity. Toyota opted for a separate frame construction rather than a unibody design. This choice was deliberate. A separate ladder frame could better withstand the torsional stresses of poor road surfaces and was easier to repair after accidents, a critical factor for fleet operators. The S10 platform utilized a 3-speed manual transmission with a column shifter, allowing for a front bench seat that could accommodate 3 passengers. This 3-on-the-tree configuration became a staple of Japanese sedans for decades. The chassis also incorporated leaf spring rear suspension, balancing load-carrying capacity with the refined ride provided by the independent front end, ensuring the Crown felt significantly more premium than its contemporaries. Stepping inside the first-generation Crown was an experience in luxury that few Japanese citizens had encountered in a domestic car. The cabin featured high-quality cloth upholstery, a rare treat compared to the vinyl or bare metal found in more utilitarian vehicles. The dashboard was a work of art, featuring a symmetrical layout with a prominent central radio and clear circular instrumentation. Chrome accents adorned the window cranks, door handles, and the massive front grille, which became the Crown's signature face. Toyota designers wanted the car to feel like a miniature Cadillac, bringing a sense of prestige to the owner. This focus on interior hospitality established the Crown as the preferred vehicle for government officials and high-ranking executives, a status the model maintains in Japan to this very day.
In 1957, Toyota made history by exporting the Toyota Pet Crown to the United States, making it the first Japanese passenger car to be sold in America. However, the American dream quickly faced a harsh reality. While the Crown was overbuilt for Japanese dirt roads, it was underpowered for the high-speed American interstate system. The 1.5-liter engine struggled to maintain highway speeds, and the heavy chassis led to overheating issues in the California heat. Despite these setbacks, the experiment provided Toyota with invaluable data.
They realized that to compete globally, they needed more powerful engines and better high-speed stability. While the initial U.S. sales were low, the lessons learned from the RS and S10 chassis in America directly influenced the development of the legendary Toyota cars that would follow in the 1960s. By 1959, Toyota introduced a significant update to the Crown lineup, designated the RS20 and RS30 series. This facelift brought the Crown's styling into the next decade. The most notable change was the introduction of a stylish wraparound windshield and a wider, more aggressive front grille. The suicide doors remained for the time being, but the overall silhouette became sleeker. Under the hood, improvements to the Type R engine increased output, addressing some of the performance concerns from earlier years. The RS30 also saw improvements in cabin insulation and suspension tuning. This era represented the peak of the first-generation styling, blending the ruggedness of the original S10 chassis with a new level of aesthetic sophistication that appealed to the burgeoning middle class in Japan's economic miracle era. While the Crown was the luxury flagship, Toyota also utilized the S10 and S30 platforms for a variety of commercial needs. The Toyopet Master, R-Bar, was a closely related sibling to the Crown, designed specifically for taxi use with a simpler suspension setup to reduce maintenance costs. Additionally, the first-generation Crown spawned several body styles, including a functional station wagon, the Crown Custom, a pickup truck variant, and even a panel van. These vehicles proved the versatility of the chassis. The Crown Custom, in particular, was one of the first Japanese wagons to offer a blend of passenger car comfort with utility, featuring a tailgate that folded down. This diversification allowed Toyota to dominate both the private and commercial sectors of the automotive market during the late 50s. As the first generation neared its conclusion in 1961 and 1962, Toyota introduced the 1.9-liter 3R engine. This was a significant upgrade, boosting power to approximately 80-90 horsepower depending on the configuration. This new heart finally gave the Crown the performance it needed for highway travel, with a top speed reaching 110 kilometers per hour. Braking was handled by four-wheel hydraulic drum brakes, which were standard for the period. The S30 chassis, the final evolution of this generation, featured more robust components and served as a bridge to the second-generation S40 series. These late-model first-generation Crowns are highly sought after by collectors today for their improved drivability and the classic aesthetic of the original RS design combined with a more capable powertrain. The production of the first-generation Crown ended in 1962, but its impact is still felt today. It was the car that proved Japan could build a world-class luxury sedan without relying on foreign technology. Over 7 years, Toyota produced approximately 150,000 units of the RS, S10, and S30 series. This model established the Crown name as a symbol of success and reliability in Japan, a legacy that has spanned 15 generations and nearly 70 years. From its humble beginnings as a durable taxi to its failed but educational attempt at the U.S. market, the first-generation Crown was the catalyst for Toyota's transformation into a global powerhouse. It remains a testament to the vision of Kenya Nakamura and the spirit of Japanese innovation during the post-war Reconstruction era.